Hi, welcome again to our online preparation course for the TOEFL test. In this part of the course, we are going to start working with the listening section, Part A. As I said in the introduction, Part A deals with short conversations. It is important that you know that at times the TOEFL test requires lots of tips and strategy. In the next videos, I am going to show to you different tips and strategies that can help you answer this section successfully. Let's start. In short conversations, it is important that you remember that you are going to be listening to 30 short conversations and that you will have to answer one question per conversation. In these short conversations, you are going to be listening to two people talking about a topic. It is important that you pay attention to the second speaker. This skill is called focus on the second line or focus on the second speaker, so that's why it's very important that you really understand what the second speaker said. Let's look at this example. In this conversation, you have two people speaking, the man and the woman. Billy really made a big mistake this time. Yes, he forgot to turn in his research paper. What does the woman say about Billy? As I said, it is important that we really pay attention to what the second speaker said, in this case the woman, who said, yes, he forgot to turn in his research paper. In short conversations, most of the times, the answer is included in the second speaker. The answers for this section are A. It was the first time he made a mistake. B. He forgot to write his paper. C. He turned in the paper in the wrong place. D. He didn't remember to submit his assignment. The second speaker hides different structures, vocabulary, and messages that you can use in your favor in order to answer the question correctly. If you notice in this exercise, the answer for the question is letter D. He didn't remember to submit his assignment. Why? In this specific case, we are dealing with synonyms, but in different situations, different topics can be dealt with. For example, didn't remember is a synonym for forgot. Turn in is a synonym for submit. An assignment is a synonym for research paper. That's why the answer is letter D. Let's do some exercises together, and then you will have the opportunity to practice on your own in Blackboard. This is the first exercise. Again, you have two speakers, the man and the woman. Can you tell me if today's matinee is a comedy, romance, or western? I have no idea. What does the woman mean? It is also important that you know that the verb mean can change at times. For example, sometimes it can be imply, sometimes it can be suggest, and so on and so forth. The options for this answer are A. She has strong ideas about movies. B. She prefers comedies over westerns and romances. C. She doesn't like today's matinee. And D. She doesn't know. As I already said, it is important that you pay lots of attention to what the second speaker said. Take a minute in order to check the conversation and the answers, and we will answer it together. The answer for this conversation is letter D. She doesn't know. If you notice, I have no idea and she doesn't know mean exactly the same. That's why letter D is the answer. Let's do another exercise together. Again, you have two speakers, the woman and the man. Was anyone at home at Barb's house when you went there to deliver the package? I rang the bell, but no one answered. What does the man mean? If you notice, the second speaker is the man who said, I rang the bell, but no one answered. The options to answer this question are A. Barb answered the bell. B. The house was probably empty. C. The bell wasn't in the house. And D. The house doesn't have a bell. Take a moment in order to analyze the conversations and the options to answer the question. If you notice, the answer for this question is letter B. The house was probably empty. As the man said, I rang the bell but no one answered, we can infer that the house was probably empty. Let's do another conversation together. If you notice, again we have a woman and a man. You just got back from the interview for the internship. How do you think it went? I think it's highly unlikely that I get the job. What does the man suggest? Did you notice that the word mean changed for suggest? This can happen very frequently. The options to answer these questions are A. It's unlikely that he will go to the interview. B. He thinks he will be recommended for a high-level job. C. The interview was apparently quite unsuccessful. And D. He had an excellent interview. Take a minute to analyze the conversation and the options, and then we will answer it together. If you notice, the answer for this question is letter C. The interview was apparently quite unsuccessful. The man, who is our second speaker, said, I think it's highly unlikely that I get the job. So that means that the interview was apparently quite unsuccessful, and he thinks that he might not get the job. Now it is your turn. Go back to our binder and you will find the binder called Focus on the Second Line. In that binder, you can find an exercise that you can answer on your own. Practice the skill and see you next time.